cord. So we are needing a broomstick. Swiffer is perfect. What else? Yeah, if you have sliders, you don't need them, but you have like a, do you have like a wooden floor?
No, I have a carpet.
Carpet, okay. Then I think carpet is going to slide too. You don't need anything under, but if you have a wooden floor like me, you would need either socks or those sliders. And a towel for under the head is always good to have. And let's begin with the warm-up in a moment. All right. All right, let's begin. Let's take our Swiffer stick, whatever you have, broom. Open your legs a little bit wider, turn them out, and then grab the stick. And with the stick, how we're working, making sure, like, look at my wrist, that the wrist don't turn. So we keep the wrist as straight as possible. Straight means in line with the lower arm. And then you pull on the broom or on the stick outwards so that you can feel your outer arms already engaging. From here, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Go as high as you can go. Lift the shoulder blades up. And then exhale, bring it back and down all the time, not only holding, but like gently pulling the stick apart. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale here, inhale. And with exhalation, bring it back and down. Yeah, working the shoulder mobility, but not only that, we open the sides of our trunk and then bring it back and down. And again, inhale, reach up, continue. Just gonna put myself, and exhale, bring it back and down. And inhale, exhale, bring it back and down. Last one, reach, hold it here. And then from here, inhale, lift up tall, exhale, go over. And come back to center. Inhale, lift, exhale, go over. Inhale, come back to center. Inhale, lift, exhale, stretch your right arm more when you go to the left arm more, right arm more, sorry, when you go to the right. And then left arm more when you go to the left. And come back to center. Bring your arms back and down. Bring your feet closer together now. If your back is fine, join them completely. If your back is a little bit tender, open them a little bit so that you have some space behind it. Bring your bar behind you. Roll your shoulders back. You can bend the elbows first, then lift your breastbone and roll your shoulders back and pull on the bar and stretch the arms back. Yes. But turn your palms just that they're facing towards you. Just turn the palms, that's it. And then from here, press your feet into the floor and we start pumping. Inhale, you can turn again facing me because there's not much. Yeah, just making sure that your breastbone doesn't go down, but that you lift it all the time upwards. So we're using that not only to open the chest, but also to breathe properly through the diaphragm. Feet a little bit closer, Christelle, just a little bit. I can see that they're like wider than there's the hip bones. Pulling on the bar outwards with both arms. Last two, inhale, exhale. One more time, and exhale. Take the bar back to the front and open the feet again a little bit wider. Turn them out, reach the arms up, pull on the bar, inhale, lift. Exhale with a sh sound, turn the torso, turn the head. Shh. I have to go a little bit forward, otherwise I bang my clock. Inhale, center. Exhale, shh. Turn to the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn to the first side. And exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. One more time, inhale, lift. And exhale, turn, pulling the bar apart and bring it back to center and bring the arms back and down. Now let's bring the bar in front of our hips. Same thing applies here. We want to get, let me add somebody in here. Roll your shoulders back, pull on the bar. Make sure that the wrists are straight, so not like mine, but straighten the wrist. Pulling the stomach muscles in, joining the feet again, lifting the toes even to elevate, to firm the thigh muscles a little bit. And then from here, pumping. Inhale, 2, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In with the air. And X, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pulling the bar apart. Breathing through the nose. Inhale, really getting the shoulders in the right place, moving them back. Exhale. Let's do 2 times more. And exhale. One more time. Feet together or a little bit tighter together. And exhale and release. Let's bring the arms down like this. Hold the bar. Let's come into a Pilates stance. Heels together, toes apart. Elbows are lifted, so don't drop them down. So you can already like work on the engagement just in this position. Pulling the stomach muscles in. Firm the glute muscles, press down into the ball of the feet. Make sure that you're not leaning forward to the bar like that, but that you pulling the stomach muscles in and thinking you have a string attached to the crown of the head, so it's like parallel to the bar you're lifting up. You're pressing strongly into the heels. If you see my heels, you want to observe that the heels don't go apart. So you firm them together from the inner thighs, from the glute engagement, and then slowly starting to bend the knees like that. The knees don't go wider than the hips, so not here, but I shouldn't see them when you're going down. If you would be like in front, and go slowly, 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 slowly down. Notice that I'm not leaning back or tucking my pelvis under, but that I'm just like going straight down with the tailbone down towards the heels, and the stomach is pulling away, and I'm coming back up. And again, bend, 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 bend. Keeping the heels together, staying elevated like you have a high heel position, and go bend, 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 bend. Stomach deep and squeezing together, come up. And we go down, 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 pulling the stomach in, lift it up, and go bend, and lift it up, firming the glutes, bend, 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 lift it up, last 2, bend, 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 lift it up, one more time, and lift it up. Lowering the heels down, opening the feet, parallel distance. So you see, it's not really far apart. So I'm not having my legs wider than my hips, but it's wider under the pelvic bones. Here, the same thing. We want to avoid sickling with our heels. Gonna tip a little bit down. So we want to avoid, look from the back. When I'm lifting now my heels up, that my heels turn out or too much in. So I want to keep them as straight as possible behind me, which means I have to stay on my big toe mount. That when you roll out away from the big toe mount, that's what happens, then the feet start sickling. Pressing into the ball of the foot. When you look from the side, my elbows are lifted again. I'm not pushing my hips forward. I'm not leaning back. I'm not leaning forward. I'm trying to be as straight as possible. And then we bending the knees. They're going parallel, not turning out. They go parallel down alongside the bar, stomach in and bring it up. I'm still in a high heel position. The elbows are lifted, the abs are in. And we go down, 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 down. Stomach in, pull up, 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 up. Down, 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 down. Pulling the abs in, whoops. And in between, you're gonna probably lose maybe some engagement, so then you can engage again. Your big toe mount connects with the inner thighs. Your glutes are helping you with the abdominal muscles to keep the torso from falling forward or backwards. Last 2, bring it down. Last 1, and bring it down. Now let's go back into the high heel position. In Pilates stance, heels together, stomach muscles in, lifting the elbow, stomach in. Now this time press the floor away with the ball of the foot. 1, 2, 3. We're observing again that our heels don't release, they keep together. And then slowly stomach in, lower down, 2, 3 with the heels. The idea is here to keep as vertical as possible. So like alongside the bar, so that you're not leaning forward or not leaning backwards. Stomach in, up, 2, 3, stomach in, down, 2, 3. The inner thighs are squeezing together, up, up, up. Elbows are lifted, stomach in, lower, lower, lower. Stomach in, lift, lift, lift. Lower, lower, lower. And go up, up, up. Stomach deepens, lower, lower, lower. And we go for 5. Lower, lower, lower. And for 4. Lower, lower, lower. Stomach in, 3. Abs are in. And 2. One more time. And bring it back in. Now let's open again the heels. So we have again this parallel foot position like that. And we're going to do the exercises called 2x4. It's a ankle stabilizer and alignment of the legs gets corrected with this exercise. All the same principles. We don't want to sickle. We want to stay on the big toe mount. Elbows are lifted. Same principle, not leaning forward or backwards. Lift the heels up on 1. Press into the ball of the foot so that you don't lose the connection with the big toe mount. Bend the knees, keeping the heels lifted. So we're sliding down. We did that already. Then pulling the stomach and lowering the heels down, but stay with bent legs. And then press into the feet, straighten the legs again. Lift up on 1. Bend the knees on 2, slide down. Lower the heels down on 3. Press into the feet and stretch it back up. We're going to continue that way. Lift up 1. Bend on 2. Lower the heels on 3. And bring it up. And go up. And if you see yourself in the computer screen, then the good thing is that you can notice if your knees are knocking in or knees are going out, or maybe one goes more than the other, you can correct that. Lift up, up, up. Bend the knees. Lower the heels down. And press it back and up. Now reverse it. We bend down, keeping the heels down on the floor. Check out here, it's like the connection between the Achilles. So we're stretching the Achilles here right now. Lifting the heels up, pop up the heels. Stay with bent legs. Straightening the legs, lowering the heels down. I will show it from the side. Bending the knees, the heels stay down, parallel position. Pop up the heels by stay low. Then you press and stretch the legs up. Lower the heels down. Bend, bend, bend. Stretch your Achilles, stomach deepens. Pick up the heels from under you, stomach deepens. Stretch the legs. And lower down. And go bend, bend, bend. Lift it up. Straighten. Bring it down. 2 more. Stomach in, bend, bend, bend. Pick it up. Straighten. Bring it down. 1 more time. Bend, bend, bend. Pick it up. Straighten and lower the heels down. All right. From here, last one is balancing on one leg. So let's take the left leg first. Bend the knee a little bit. Keep the stick in front. Make sure you have this space to the front and to the back. The idea is here to very slowly, without much wobble, so you keep the standing leg bent a little bit. Lengthen the leg forward and bring it as high as you can without leaning back. So if it means you can only bring it to here, that's fine. If you can bring it higher, you bring it higher. Then you pass through the floor, so you have to probably bend the leg a little bit, slide it back, and then from the buttock muscle, lift the leg back up without leaning forward. So you might only lift it a little bit and the leg might bend, which is fine. And you should feel like your buttocks and the hamstring in the back. And we go to the front, bending the leg a little bit. And then you see if you can stretch it out, and you should feel it in the thigh muscle without leaning back. So keep the straightness. And we go slide back, hold it 1, 2, 3, stomach deepen, slide forward, hold it 1, 2, 3, and go slide it back. Lift from the buttock 1, 2, 3, stomach and slide it forward. Hold it 1, 2, 3, and go back. Reach it back. 2, 3, last one, forward, abs in, and we don't move the torso, right? And then bring it back, 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 and release. Good, other side, bend the other standing leg. Stomach deepens. We're lifting the leg forward. See how far can you bring it without leaning back. And then from here, bend the leg a little bit. straighten it back, and then from the buttock and the hamstring lifted up without leaning too much forward. So you keep the knee bent and lift up, 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 and we go forward. And stomach deepens back, 2, 3, and go forward, up, 2, 3, and go back, 1, 2, 3, and go forward, and go back, up, 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 and one more forward, stomach deepens, and go back, and bring it back to center. All right, let's stretch it out with the Zumo. So you open your legs, you bring the stick in front, elbows are lifted, and then from here, go down, 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 keep the knees spreading out, tailbone is down. So when you see me from the side, oops, my floor is sliding, you don't want to stick the seat out, keep it under you like that. Down, 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 press it up, 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 and go down, 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 and bring it up, up, up. Oops, something was not in the right place, and go down, 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 and bring it back up, 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 down, 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 stay down, and then just shift from the hips. So you stretch one leg a little bit, then you come back to center. So it's the hips stay level, stretch the other leg, and then we smooth it out. We smooth it out. And you should feel again when you go over a little bit, probably your Achilles. If you're very loose in the ankle bones, then you won't. But if you're tighter in the ankle bones, you might feel the Achilles. And we go side to side. Go lower, Christelle, bend down. Go on, go into a, so you don't go up when you're stretching, right? We stay low and we stay low. You see my torso doesn't go up. So it's not here like that. And then I go down and here up. I stay low and I'm going just, you know, like on this level, back and back, back. That's better. 2 more. Last one. Come back to center, press and come up, and then shake your legs out. All right, the warm up is done. We're going to the mat for our Pilates sequence. So, now tip, if you want me to see you, tip your camera down. Have something under your, let me get a little bit more closer to you. Have something for under your head. We're gonna do without props first. Bring your arms down towards the floor. On an exhalation, bend the right knee in, stretch your left leg out, flex the left heel, bend the right knee in. And then let's switch. Press to the right heel, bend, and relax your left foot when you're bending in. And then bring it back down. Let's bend both legs. For tender backs, keep the knees open. Otherwise, get the knees together, get the feet together. But tender backs, and watch out that your tailbone doesn't rise. So these are the first ones already where we're learning to keep the femur bone down into the hip socket and the sacrum heavy on the floor. Now today, I want you to start with marching on the floor. So the hips, the idea is here that the hips don't move around with the movement of the legs. So when we're moving the legs, that the pelvis and the sacrum stay stable and that we work from the abdominals pulling in. And you can feel yourself and observe your own body here. Pulling the stomach in, lift the right leg up. Pulling the stomach in, bring the right leg down. And observe if there's any shifting on any side. Pull your stomach in, lift the left leg up. Pull the stomach in, lower the left leg down. And then we go a little bit faster, but with the same concentration. If you notice that your hips start moving, then you do it slower again and bring attention really like to the abs What helps is sometimes to do the sh sound when you're lifting and lowering. Shh. Inhale, center. Exhale, shh. Inhale, center. Exhale, shh. And then you can, of course, stop with the sh sound, continue with keeping the abs the whole time engaged without letting them go, and just picking up, lowering down without moving the sacrum. And we're going to do 5 more. And 4. Keep the abs tight. So it's not from the legs, it's really keeping the abs tight. It's a simple exercise, but it really can work the deepest core muscle if you do it correctly. So don't do it too fast if you don't know exactly that your abs are engaged. Last one. And then bending the knees in. Let's bring the hands behind the neck. If you have a tender neck, you stay with the neck down and pull the mat if you have one. Otherwise, you can always bring the head back down and just the arms pressing into the floor. Otherwise, hands behind the neck. Lift with your abdominal muscles up. Let the head drop into your hands. Firm the seat muscles. Inhale, stretch the legs out. Exhale, pull the stomach in, bend the legs in. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, pull it in. You look down into your belly button. Inhale, so that the fascia from your neck gets stretched in the right way. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, bend it in. And we go for 5. Exhale. And we go for 6. Exhale. And 7. Exhale. 8. Pull back in. It's again core engagement, glute engagement, and the sacrum is heavy. Last one. And bend the knees and bring your head down. Grab again, bend the knees into your chest without lifting your sacrum, and then turn your head to one side, turn it to the other side. And we go straight into knees together, feet together, flex your ankles. Bring your hands behind the neck or hold the mat or press down with the arms. On an exhalation, curl up. Inhale, stretch out. At any time, you can bring your neck down, obviously, when you have it up. 2. Exhale, look into your belly button if your neck is up. Inhale, stretch. If you're on the floor with your head, chin down, long neck, so that the neck doesn't pull up. And go 4. Push through the heels strongly, really like you're pushing something away. Making sure that your pelvis stays stable, that you're not rocking it. 6. Stomach in. 7. And 8. And 9. Last one, and hold it. Turn the leg out from the hip so the toes are pulling away. Now point and flex. So it looks like that. Point and flex. Stomach in. Point and flex. You can keep the legs, of course, higher depending where you are with your strength level. So you don't want to pull into your back, right? So you can keep the legs straight. Yeah, that's it. Squeeze the legs together and go 5 more. And 3. Sorry. 2. And bend it back and in. Good. Give yourself another stretch. And we are going into our 100. So pick a position, 90 degrees, open knees, a little bit further out or completely straight, and then you lower depending on where you are today. So let's lift the arms up. On an exhalation, curl your upper body up, look into your belly button or keep the head down and go stretch your legs into your 100 position today. Start pumping, squeeze the glute muscles. In 2, 3, 4, 5, X2, 3, 4, 5, into 4, 5, X2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. You can at any time soften the knees, make them shorter so that you have less to carry. And if you feel strong today, just continue holding your pelvic floor engagement, holding your engagement in the abs. Exhale. And 7. Exhale. And 8. Curl up higher if you can with your upper body when you are up with your head. Last 2. Exhale. 1 more. And bend the knees and in. Bring your feet down, pull your stomach and reach the arms back behind you. And then from here, arms up, head up just a few inches. Exhale, curl up, look into your belly button, stomach deepens, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring yourself back and down. And again, arms up, head up, exhale, curl from the stomach muscles up. Don't pull from your neck, look down into your belly button. And then exhale, release back down. And we go arms up, upper body curls up from the stomach. Exhale, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if your pelvic floor is engaged. Gentle, firm there. And go one more time. Exhale, curl up. Keep the pelvic floor engaged. Now from here, hold on to the outside of your thighs. Stomach in and curl yourself up, or roll to the side and come up. Stretch your legs forward. Keep a little openness between the feet, just really a fist. Pinching your seat. You are welcome to bend the knees if you feel that you're falling back. So wherever you are, inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch forward. And then pulling the stomach and bring it back. Pinch your seat. Inhale, exhale, stretch forward. And pulling the stomach in and bring it back. And go. Pinch your seat. Exhale, stretch, pulling the stomach in. And bring it back. One more time. Exhale, stretch. And bring it back and in. From here, bend the legs. Lift your spine. Inhale. On an exhalation, round back and hold. If your back is tender, leave that one up and continue with these ones for 3 times more. If your back is fine today, just curl, hold it for a second. Stomach in, reach back up. Come to sitting straight. Pinch your seat. Inhale, pull your stomach in, round back until your arms are straight. You can always slide a little bit lower to challenge yourself. Pulling your stomach back to the spine. Inhale and come back up. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, go back. Stomach deepens. Now also everybody who's doing the other exercise, slowly come down. Either lie yourself down or release down to lying position. Keep the legs bent, flat feet on the floor. Imagine you're squeezing something between the legs. Just imagine it right now. So press your feet down, firm the pelvic floor in, pull your stomach in and squeeze something imaginary between your inner thighs. Hold that engagement in the abs, in the pelvic floor, even in the arms pressing down, and bend the right leg in without moving the pelvis. So we did that already in the beginning of class. Stretch your leg up to the ceiling. Keep that engagement everywhere else. Turn the leg from the hip out, the right one, stomach in, and we go crossing over the bent leg. 1. Exhale, stomach in. 2. We're keeping the abs down. You can do a shh sound when you circle. Inhale up, exhale, shh. Inhale up, exhale, shh. Inhale up, exhale, shh. One more time. Reverse and go open. Exhale, 1. And go 2. Stomach deepens. 3. And 4. Last one, 5. Bend the knee. Don't let the pelvis tip and bring your foot down. Check first if your feet are in line. So walk the feet together, see if they're in line, align them in case you need to, and then open them back up where they were. Before we start, again, from the pelvic floor, from the abs, squeeze something imaginary, hold that, and then without moving the pelvis, pick up from your stomach your left leg. Stretch your left leg up, either here or a little bit forward. Turn it out from the hip. Stomach deepens. Cross over 1. Exhale. Cross over 2. And we go 3. And go 4. One more time. Stomach in. 5. Reverse. Open up 1. Exhale. Open up 2. Stomach in. Exhale. 3. Abs in. And 4. One more time. 5. And bend the leg in and bring it back and down. Let's go over on your hands and knees. Let's go for cat and cow. Spread your fingers, knees directly under the hips, hands are directly under the shoulders. Start from the tailbone and the abs. Exhale, tailbone down, abdominal muscles in, let the head hang. Breathe. Exhale strongly to pull the abdominal muscles in. Then move the tailbone away from the breastbone. So the breastbone comes forward, the tailbone goes back. The abs are still engaging upwards. And we're pressing definitely our hands into the floor to engage the arms more. Tailbone under, stomach up. Exhale, turn, 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 round yourself up. On an exhalation, tailbone back, chest forward, lift your chest up. And again, stomach deepens, round, exhale, stomach deepens, in. And tailbone moves back, chest forward. And again, curl yourself under, stomach deepens, round. And exhale. Last one, exhale, round. and come back to center. All right, if you have sliders, you take now the sliders. If you have socks, you take the socks. If you have carpet, it should work without anything on the carpet. You are welcome to elevate your hands. You would have to have something like a box or a bolster or blocks, but you can also do the exercise with the hands on the floor. We're gonna keep the position, hands under the shoulders and tucked feet on the carpet, sliders, or with socks, shoulders away from the ears. Now go into a cat pose, stomach deepens, round yourself. Pull your stomach and pick up your legs. Pick up your knees. Knees from the floor, stomach deepens, hold it for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring the knees back down. On an exhalation, stomach deepens, exhale, lift it back up. Hold it for 5. Press the floor away. 2, 1, and bring it down. Watch me now for a moment to do the next exercise. We're going to pick up into the same position. If that was hard and you barely could do 5, you continue just with that one. Otherwise, we go for the next. You pick up and then you do one leg first, bring it in. Other leg second, bring it in. When we do 3 times. On an exhalation, lift up. Right leg goes back, bring it in. Left leg goes back, bring it in. Right leg goes back, bring it in. Abs in, left leg goes back, bring it in. Right one more time. Bring it in, stomach in, left leg one more time. Bring it in and bring your knees down. Sit back for a moment, keep the feet tucked, stretch your arms forward, stretch your back. Turn your wrists up so that the shoulders can get a stretch and even the fingers and the wrists. We're going to repeat that. I'm going to show you just quickly something what is important. I'm going to show it with knees down. So, what we always want to make sure when we do those sliding exercises, that when you slide back, you don't allow the leg to slide endless, that you start moving. So the shoulders should stay under. So you have to have a final point and then you have to engage the thigh muscle up to keep that. So my glutes and my thigh muscle and my abs are holding right now the leg from just sliding further away to take me out of the position. At the same time, when I slide the leg out, that other leg should also not slide away. So we're holding it in with the abdominal muscles. That is kind of the difficulty to keep the feet from sliding further and moving us away. So the upper body stays the whole time firm and put. Let's repeat that, and we do it slow because then it's harder and we work our muscles more. Curl your tailbone under, stomach in, press the floor away with your hands, shoulders away from the ears. Sh sound to lift up, right leg slides out, hold it, stomach in, brings it in. Left leg strides out, hold it, pull from the stomach, bring it in. Right, bring it in. Left, stomach in, bring it in. Last one, right, bring it in. Left, and bring it in. Bring the knees down. Again, we're stretching forward. Abs in, long legs. And release. Put the sliders, socks away. I mean, you can keep the socks on if you want to. And then we go back on the mat. We come back to the same position, just not in a cat position, but in a straight back. So we did the cow, we did the cat, and now it's in the middle, which is kind of a plank back position. Abs are in, shoulders away. Then you lift up the knees and we're sitting back to the heels. And then we come back forward 10 times, stomach and sit back to the heels. Yeah, working also our Achilles stretch here, working all the joints in our legs. Abdominals are working, shoulder girdle is working, arms are working. Full body workout. 5, exhale, 6, exhale, 7, exhale, 8, 9. You can always take a break in between. And 10. Knees down, untuck your toes, sit down on the heels, drop the head down, stretch. Child's pose. And then slowly come back up. If you have something under your head, put it to the side. We're going to go now for the bridges. Arms on the side, feet under the knees, hip distance, everything parallel. Firming the buttock muscles and lift your hips up. Open the front of the legs now, firming the buttocks muscles up to support. On an exhalation, you don't have to articulate, you just lengthen the spine by pulling the stomach muscles towards the spine and bringing the hips as close as possible towards the heel of your foot. And again, from the buttock in, check in that your knees don't splay out. So we want to keep the parallel position of the legs, firming the buttock even higher so we stay a little bit. And then exhale, abdominals in and lengthen the spine down. And again, lift up. Abdominal muscles pulling in, buttocks firms in. Exhale, lower down. Last two and go, lift up. Press the arms, roll your shoulders down on the floor. Abdominal muscles are in. And exhale, bring it down. This is your last one, lift up. And with the exhalation, bring it back and down. Now open your feet wider than your hips. So if you have a mat, it's pretty much mat width. The heels are touching, the toes can go a little bit in, and then let the knees just fall together. So we keep the inner thighs and the knees now together. The feet are wider than our knees. If you have tender knees or some knee things that might be not the right position, then you can just continue with parallel feet and do like 3 more. Firm the buttocks, otherwise keep the knees, inner thighs together, the feet apart and lift up. And an exhale, lengthen back down and we go. Firm the buttocks, stomach and lift up. On an exhalation, lengthen and bring it down. So it's a little bit different position for the sacrum, different area of the glutes has to work right now here. And we go for 3, abs in and last 2. Firm it in, bring it down. 1 more time. And bring it in. Now, I have a little space now on one side, but you want to be able to have the hands as a T. Then take your right, keep the feet how they are, take your right foot on the left thigh like that. So it's like a little bit on the outside and let both legs fall over to the side. You don't have to go with the right leg to the floor, but you can obviously, yeah. But you only want to go as far that the left shoulder stays on the floor. So if you go down on the floor and you lift up like that, then you know that you went too far. So only go wherever the shoulder stays on the floor. Keep breathing through the nose, keep pulling the stomach muscles in and let that open up your left side. On an inhalation, come back to center. And bring your foot down, bring it again wide to the outside of your mat, squeeze the legs together, and then take your left foot on to the thigh of your right leg. And then on an exhalation, go bring it over and keep the shoulder down on the floor. So go as far as you can go. And open up the right side. Breathe through the nose. And inhale, come back to center and bring your leg back down. Stomach series, you need something again back under your head so that you are a little bit, that helps usually to curl us a little bit higher to keep helping us to engage the upper stomach muscle. But if it doesn't feel good, you don't need anything under the head. Bend both knees in. Right hand goes on the right ankle, left hand goes below the right knee. On an exhalation, curl up and then stretch your left leg out and pause here for a second. Lift your elbows up. Check in first if your pelvic floor is engaged. Are your abdominals engaged? Where's your head looking? Look down onto your belly button. If you have it, then you switch. The head can go obviously down on the floor. You don't have to lift it if the neck is bothering you. And we do double breathing, which means inhale on the right, inhale on the left, exhale on the right, exhale on the left. And we continue that way. Trying to keep, not only trying, just keeping all the engagement, right? Pelvic floor, abs, breathing, elbows lifted, shoulders away from the ears. So there's kind of different things we have to bring our attention to. And at one point, they're just working as a team and you don't have to bring so much attention anymore to each of them. Last two. Work with your breath. And bend the knees. And if you had your head up, bring it down, turn it to the one side and then to the other side. We go for the next one, open the knees up. On an exhalation, curl your upper body up, double leg stretch, and be stretching it out. Inhale, stretch out. You can go as high or low as your back and your abs allow. Then you circle the arms and exhale, bend the knees back in. Look into your belly button. Squeeze your seat muscles, hold it here. For 3, stomach in, 2, 1, exhale, circle. If you stretch your arms out, don't lower your upper body down, keep yourself elevated. So the upper body doesn't go lower when you stretch the arms. Christelle, bring your arms so that you can still see them when you stretch them, which means you don't want to bring them so far that you don't see them. You keep them in your peripheral view. And then circle the arms around, exhale, bend. Now energetic, last 4. Inhale, stretch out, exhale, shh. Inhale, stretch out, exhale, shh. Inhale, stretch out, exhale, shh. One more time. Exhale, head down, look to the right. Look to the left. Both legs up, hold behind the thighs, press your heels away. Keep the arms helping you to keep the legs up into the air and then press your thighs into your hands. Now point your feet, turn the legs out from the hips, curl up and walk up your right leg like a monkey up 3 and stretch your left leg away. Shoulders away from the ears, elbows lifted, look down and we go. Exhale, inhale, switch. Exhale, inhale, switch. Exhale and go. Press your thigh away from you. So we're not only pulling with the hand, the leg is coming to us and we give it a little pulse, but the most important is that the abs are on and the thighs are pressing back. So it's a lightness. We're giving an extra stretch, obviously, with the arms, but it's not the arm pulling the leg towards. Last 3, 2, 1. And then release your head down. Look to the right. Look to the left. And then from here, hands under the hips. Pulling the stomach in, and we do the touching exercise. And just this time with the upper elevated head, curl up, stomach and go further away this time. And go switch. Keep the pelvis heavy on your hands. Try not to rock it. If your pelvis is rocking and you feel it, make it shorter again, closer to the hips. Otherwise, challenge yourself, curl your upper body up, stomach deepens, and go 4, stomach in 4, exhale, 3, and 3, and 2, and 2. Abdominal work, it's not from the legs. Last one, right and left, and bend the knees in. Give yourself a stretch. Now the next one is either hands back on the buttocks or behind the neck, dependent on the back. Either straight legs or when you have tight hamstrings, little diamond shapes so the knees are open. The shape of the leg stays through the whole exercise. On an exhalation, curl up or keep the hands down and stay down with your upper body on the floor. And we go firming the pelvic floor, lowering the legs 1, lowering them 2, lowering them 3, pulling the stomach slowly, bring it back and up. And go exhale, lower, press the heels together, 2, 3, pulling the stomach and bring it back and up. And we go lower, lower, lower. Abdominal muscles, pulling the legs back up. Last one, lower, 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 and bring it back and up. Bend the knees, bring your feet back down. Now from here, everybody hands behind the neck. Bend the right leg in. Actually, like I will do my left one. Inhale, lift up tall, opposite elbow and knee coming towards each other. Exhale, and we go 10 times like that. Inhale, center. You don't have to lie down fully. Exhale, bring it in. We want to work from the obliques. Shh. So it's like those muscles coming towards each other, the diagonal muscles. 4. Exhale, elbows are nice and wide, so we're not closing it in. So keep in wide. We're turning from the torso, not from the elbow coming. Torso turns. The elbows stay nice and wide. Last 2. Exhale. And 1. Let's switch to the other side. Bring the leg into tabletop position. The same thing applies here. We don't want to rock the pelvis while moving the leg, right? Up and down. We did that movement already a few times today. Inhale, lift up tall, and we go. torso moves the elbow. It's not the elbow coming to the leg like that, but the torso. And we go exhale. And we go turn. Turn, stomach deepens. Exhale. 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And bring it back down. Let's crisscross it out in the regular way where the legs are switching this way. Inhale, curl up to center, and we go. Same thing, it's the torso turning. It's not the elbow coming to the knee. Exhale, exhale. Heavy on the pelvis from the pelvic floor, and then we go for 3 and 3. Stomach in, 2 and 2. 1 and 1. And bend both knees and give yourself a stretch. Now, from here, bring your feet together, arms again into a T, and we go slowly to the one side, turning the head to the other side. Same thing applies here. The shoulder stays down, and let's stretch it out in case something got pulled or got tight in the crisscross. Inhale, come back to center. On an exhalation, turn. And then breathe through the nose. And bring it back to center. Let's roll over, come up to sitting. Open the legs into a spine stretch forward. If you can even pull with your hands the buttock flesh open so that you really sit on your sit bones. You're welcome to bend the knees to make it easier to sit straight. Otherwise, stretch them out when you have the flexibility. And we go pressing the thighs down, pinching the seat. Inhale diagonally forward. And then stay here. Lift the arms as high as you can. Keep that elevation in the trunk, but then draw the shoulders down and breathe here for a moment. Breathe through the nose, pressing the thighs down. So it's an active position. We're not just like hanging out here. We're pressing the thighs down. We're pushing the heels away, the toes up, facing straight up to the ceiling. We're reaching with the torso up, and we're lifting from the tailbone up. So it's not only from the lower back, it starts from the tailbone up. And then bring it back to center and bring the arms down. And again, I will turn around. We want to really from the tailbone lift up. Pinch your seat, exhale, and now lifting the tailbone. Then the sacrum, the lowest vertebrae, then the midsection, the middle back, then the thoracic spine. Really go forward, pressing the thighs down, stomach in, and then exhale and bring it back and down. Really like from the bottom up. And again, pinch your seat, inhale. On an exhalation, stomach deepens, stretch up, up, up. Shoulders away from the ears, stomach deepens, pressing the thigh down. If you have one tighter side, if you feel it, press that thigh especially down. Really push through the heel, push through the calf, push to the thigh, let the thigh really settle down. Sometimes we have one side which goes a little bit harder down to the floor for the, and then bring it back and down. All right, from here, take your hands behind your neck. Soles of the feet together a little bit further away so that you can still sit uplifted. Pinch your seat, inhale, twist to the right, exhale. And now from here, bring the opposite arm to the opposite knee, not to pull it upwards, but rather to rest it gently and press it outway. And then you take the arm and bring it behind you. Lift your spine. Bend the back elbow a little bit to lift the spine more, and then use the hand not to close the knee, but to press into the thigh to turn you a little bit away. You can do the sh sound to help you to engage the muscles of the abs to turn more. Inhale, come back to center, hands behind the neck. Exhale, sh sound, turn. Bring the hand down on the thigh, the other one back, then bend the elbow, lift your spine first. And then without pulling the knee up, you're just like holding on and shh and turn. And come back to center. Inhale, lift up tall, exhale, other side. Shh. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Shh. Inhale, center. First side. Shh. Inhale, center. Second side. Shh. And come back. Stretch forward over the diamond shape of legs. You can bring your elbows down on the inside and press a little bit the thighs that they can go heavier towards the floor, drop the head down. If that back doesn't feel good in this position, you would have the hands on the floor and lift your spine upwards from the tailbone up again. Otherwise, just bend forward. Breathe here through the nose, shoulders away from the ears. Couple of breaths. And then gently walk yourself back and up. All right, let's go for on the stomach. We are lying down on the floor, hands under your forehead. All the 10 toes facing down towards the floor. So make sure that you're not turning the legs out, but that you parallel your legs out. From here, stomach deepens, lift the legs up. And then open the legs from the inner thighs, from the outer hips, as wide as the mat or wider. Like the feet will be definitely wider than the mat if you have one. And bring your legs back together. The legs are in the air. Open the legs up. Hold it. Head is down on forehead is down on the hands. Exhale to release the neck muscles. Open it up. The buttock muscles are working. Close it together. So the outer glutes, the thigh muscles are lifted. So the hamstrings are also engaged. 5, stomach deepens. Bring it together. Think about you bringing it together from the inner thighs, not from the feet. My heels don't even come together because I have my feet parallel. So if your heels are coming together, you know that you have your legs in a not the best position. I mean, you can do the other position too, but we're working right now in parallel. And bring the legs parallel back down. From here, hands next to the shoulders, lengthen the tailbone down towards the hips, pull on the floor, lift your chest up. As soon as you're up, relax your buttock muscles, pull your stomach in and lift your chest more forward. Not more up necessarily, it can, but it's more forward. But release the buttock muscles, rather get the abs a little bit gently in. And then pull on the floor and release yourself back down. And your cobra can be mini, it doesn't have to be so big. Roll your shoulders back, exhale, pull up and see if you can release the buttocks, but get the gentle pull of the stomach pulling up. You use your hands and then pull on the floor and exhale, bring it back and down. From here, go up on your elbows. Turn one elbow in like that, and then the opposite arm grabs on the foot like that. And you can grab from the inside. So instead of being on the outside of the foot, go on the top and then turn inside so that you keep your elbow a bit bent and use that arm to pull yourself up. Don't allow the knee to go really far open. Keep them as parallel as possible. And then push into the foot, into your hand so that you feel a stretch. Thigh muscle stretches, and the front of the groin area, hip flexor, the buttocks is firming in. And then release, bring your hands under the forehead and then rock your pelvis like that, just to loosen things up if something got like pulled or tight. Now again, go on your forearms, other hand turns, you touch the leg and then you go from the inside, lift your chest up, see that your knee doesn't roll too much out to the side, press in, tailbone is firming in, and let the thigh stretch in the front. And then exhale and release. Hands under the forehead, rock your hips out. And now we're gonna go for arms on the sides. Roll your shoulders up from the floor. Stomach deepens, lift your chest up, lift your legs up, lift your arms up, breathe through the nose. Stretch your legs out, stretch your chest forward, chin down a little bit towards the chest, rolling the shoulders back, stomach deepens. And exhale, release, bring it back down. Let's do it one more time. Check in first with your legs and feet, that you know that you're parallel. Roll your shoulders off of the floor, that you have already an engagement and an openness in the chest. And then lift your breast muscles forward, chest forward. Spread your breast muscles, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest up. The legs can lift up, lengthen in both directions. Chin down a little bit to keep the neck long. And exhale, release, bring it down. Child's pose. Push back, sit back, pull your stomach muscles in, stretch your lower back. Draw the sit bones down. If your hips don't touch towards the heels, you can put something in between, like a pillow or anything, so that you have something to release into. All right, from here, we're gonna go to the side leg series. Come on, lying on the side. You're welcome to use a weight if you want to, if you have it close by. Otherwise, without weight, totally fine. You can also use a strap, like a resistance loop band, if you are used to that side leg work. Pulling your stomach muscles in, lifting the waistline up, lift the top leg up, and lower halfway down, up, lower halfway down. The idea is here not to let the pelvis, the top pelvis, roll back. So the hips are equal, like they would be against the wall, and we're just moving the leg in the hip socket. And we go slow, we don't rush through it, but we can really feel it. The knee is either parallel or higher than the foot, definitely not the way around. Good, last two. And one, move your thigh back and go up. 2, 3, 4, again. 6. Making sure that the bottom waistline is lifted from the floor. We're leaving a little bit space there. Hold it, bend the knee into your chest. Circle really around and back and over the knee again. Making sure that the pelvis is stable. Stomach deepens and go circle, circle, circle. 2 more. 1 more. Reverse it, bring it back. Open it up and in. Bring it back. 4 and 5. And bring it back and down. If you had a weight, you can take it off. Come right away today on your forearm, stretch the top leg out. If you have a mat, make sure that the top leg is on the mat, so I slide it. Hip and shoulder and foot in one line. Press the forearm down, make sure that the forearm is under the shoulder and not like too much in, and then lift your hip up. If that comes good, stretch the top arm up. If that comes good, lift your top leg up. And if that comes good, lower and lift, lower and lift, lower and lift. And last one, and bring it down. Come up to sitting. My knees, you can see it better here, are apart from each other. And I'm not sitting on my foot. So my foot is on the side of my hip like that. Yeah, so, but I'm trying, I can actually bring my shin bone from the top leg on in the center of my foot. From here, I'm holding on to my shin bone, lift the top leg up, top arm up, inhale, lift, and go over. You can now take the arm and walk away. And then come back to center. We bring the hand down, we walk forward, bring your elbow down, keep the top hip, don't let it come with you. You want to stretch it down and reach over. Stretch with the arm directly over the ear. Watch out where your head is, that it's not hanging down, but you keep the ear towards the arm and see that your fingertips are stretching away from the top sit bone, pulling away. This shoulder is away from the ear. And breathe here so that you get that stretch. And then come back up and release. All right, let's go to the other side, side leg series. Oops, I have to turn this way now. Long arm, 90-degree angle, lift the waistline up, keep the hips in line with each other, stomach in and go up and lower, up and lower. Again, we're keeping the waistline lift, we're keeping the stomach engaged, we're making sure that our hips are not, the top hip is not rocking back with the movement. Abdominals in. Last one. Hold it, move your thigh back. Stomach deepens and go up and lower, up. Again, no rocking in the pelvis, stability in the torso, abdominal muscles engaged, waistline lifted. And hold it up. Bend the knee into your chest, circle it out. Stomach in, circle it out. Shoulders away from the ears. Reverse it and go back. And bring it back down. We go directly on the forearm, stretching the top leg out. Scooch up if you need to keep the foot on the mat. Hand on the hip. And lift your hip up. If that comes good, stretch the arm up. If that comes good, lift the leg up. If that comes good, lower and lift. Lower, press into the forearm, lift. Lower and lift. And lift. One more time. And lift and bring it back and down. Again, the knees are open. You can have either the shin bone on the foot or next to the foot. Hold on. Reach the opposite arm away. Inhale, lift up tall and go over. You can walk with the hand away to help that opening on that side. Shoulder away from the ear. Breathe through the nose. And then come back up. Then slide a little bit out. Go on your forearm. But don't let the hip come up. So keep that drawing back. And then from here, stretch over. Watch out that that shoulder doesn't lift up. So we're drawing it down. And then push the opposite sit bone down away from the fingertips of the top arm. Breathe through the nose. And then push yourself back up. And then come up. Stretch your legs forward. Bend the left leg over the right. Pull on your shin bone in the front and lift yourself up. Reach your opposite arm, so which is the right arm, and pull it like around the knee and bring your other arm behind you. Lift yourself up. Both sit bones are on the floor, and then use the sh sound to turn towards your back arm and look over your right shoulder or left shoulder, like over your back shoulder. Breathe. Abdominals are pulling away from the thigh. And then come back to center. Let's do the other side. Pull yourself first on the shin bone up a little bit. Then entwine the arm around, the opposite arm around the knee. And then go with the arm up to lift your torso up. Then you bring your hand back without dropping. Inhale, on an exhalation, sh sound. And push into the fingertips and turn back towards the back knee, back shoulder. Sh sound, abdominals away from the thigh. Engage the straight leg. Press it onto the floor so that we have some action going on and some blood circulation around the spinal cord. And come back to center. All right, both legs forward, lift your arms up, inhale, and then stretch forward, grab either the shins or the toes, wherever you can. Bend the knees if you need to, lift your chest up, press your thighs down, press through the heels. Think about, we don't want to get like into this kind of position like that, but rather bend the knees, go a little bit forward and get from the tailbone lifting up. Yeah, wherever you are. Either stretched or bent legs. And release. All right, breathing practice. Buteyko breathing to calm down our nervous system. Find a comfortable seated position. Sit on the front edge of the chair. Prepare your mat or your space already for Shavasana. You're welcome to use a chair for chair Shavasana to have your legs elevated. I do like that version because it releases the back really nicely. So yeah, it's just a good way to do it. And if you have a regular chair, you would have to put it sideways that the back of the chair is like that, so that the back of the chair is not in your way when you're fidgeting the legs through. Come to sitting. When you're sitting, sit on the edge, feet parallel. Don't allow yourself to slump down. Find your straight position of your neck. Watch out that you're not looking up or down. Keep it leveled. The lips are closed. The tongue is on the roof of the mouth. The hands, I like them open. It's like a receiving kind of position. Receiving, right? Like this kind of a way. And then we can just easily take our index finger and thumb after the exhalation. Hold it up to 6-7 seconds. You can hold it. And then release it, normal in and out breath for 2 to 3 times. And then again, I'm going to share my recording so that it's a little bit nicer with some wave sounds. All right. Let me see here. All right. Keep the chest open, roll your shoulders back, away from the ears. Let the tailbone really drop down, that you're not pushing your lumbar, your lower back forward. Relaxed facial muscles. And just breathe through your nose for a couple of rounds to get into it. And then after the next exhalation, don't breathe in, but pinch your nose. And go quietly, gently, and bring yourself to a comfortable Shavasana position. Scan your body. If you're holding any tension, start with your face, around your eyes. See if you're holding any tension. If you're like squeezing your eyelids too strong, just see if you can release there. Then check around your lips, around your mouth, if you can release anything around that, and check in if your teeth are pressed together, if you can keep them loose. The tongue can relax now. Bring attention to your breath, that you're still breathing through the nose. And that you're breathing into your abdomen. Now Pilates is over, so we're breathing in the abdomen, in the rib cage area. When the mind wanders off to anything which we still have to do or arrange, just bring it back to physical sensations. Scan your body. Feel how your hands feeling, how your feet feeling, how your thighs feeling, or to the breath, how the breath comes in and out to your body. Allow yourself to let go and be in the moment without mind activity. Come slowly, without much disturbance, into a seated position. Any comfortable seated position is fine. Have an uplifted chest, a spread chest. Bring your hands in the prayer in front of you. And then the next exhalation, bow your head down to your prayer. And thank yourself for making the time for your body, for making time for yourself, for noticing maybe new things around your health, around your body, around your mind. Namaste. Thank you. Done for today.